Wedding industry has accepted women in terms of the leaders.
One of my very close clients, when they realized that I've separated from my partner and it's a woman who's going to lead it, they suddenly changed and they were like, we won't be able to continue.
Just because you were a woman?
Yeah, just because I was a woman.
Why do we need wedding planner?
9/16 के रेशियो में सारी चीजें देख के अगर आप ऐसा समझते हो कि मैं खुद का शादी प्लान कर सकता हूँ, that is not possible. And social media is a fake platform. If you're hiring the right wedding planner, they will guide you through.
How soon couples should hire a wedding planner?
8 to 9 months of the wedding.
8 to 9 months.
बहुत सिंपल चीज है, वाइब मैच हो गया, सब मैच हो जाएगा.
Hotels are asking for music license.
People don't mind paying. They only mind if things are complicated. Indian weddings are all about celebrations. If you shut down at 10 o'clock, people are not able to enjoy.
Are we like fitting too much into our itinerary in 2 days?
In our mind, we know everything is going to be delayed by an hour.
After Mission Sindoor, people have started seeing India as their wedding destination.
Our Prime Minister obviously said that we should promote India.
10 करोड़ की अगर एक शादी कोई कर रहा है तो how much and where the person should spend on?
Your artist, food and your these are the 3 key important factors of doing a good wedding.
एक intimate wedding में actual में कितने लोग होने चाहिए?
Best is 300 people. There are less people to judge, I would say.
Absolutely. चाहे वो कितना भी expensive हो, चाहे वो कुछ भी हो, but इस चीज पर they should never compromise on.
The photography bit,
I love you already.
memory is going to stay with them for a lifetime.
Trends are literally failing the society.
I hate trends. There is nothing that you have to follow. Be the trend, no?
आप कितना align करते हैं for having celebrity in your wedding?
Band is already on the stage. Deepak had left from the hotel. The driver took a wrong turn.
Oh no.
And he was delayed like 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Shit happens. You have to deal with it.
Hi guys, welcome to Wed FM India, India's first wedding podcast, season 2. Today, we are joined by Purva Patel, founder of Pristine Page Events and one of the leading names in luxury wedding planning. From crafting grand celebrations to managing budgets, trends, and tricky timelines. Purva shares how to plan smart, what to avoid, and how much you should really be spending on your big day. Whether you're a bride, groom, or aspiring planner, this episode is packed with real talk, insider tips, and major inspiration. So let's get dive in. Hi Purva.
Hi.
Welcome to Wed FM's couch, finally. You have no idea. It makes me feel so happy whenever I host any wedding planner specifically, especially a female wedding planner. It makes my heart feel so happy. I feel that, there is something that she's thriving and then she wants to change something. I know that there will be many people who won't be able to relate with it. But through this conversation, we'll make this conversation really relatable.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. But Wed FM का एक छोटा सा ritual है that before we start any conversation, we always ask that, प्रोफेशनल जर्नी के बारे में तो सब लोग बात करते हैं बट कभी उस इंसान से नहीं पूछता है हु टेक्स दैट जर्नी, राइट? कि वो क्या क्या पीछे छोड़ता है और क्या क्या struggles face करता है. So I really want to ask you, how did you land up here where you are right now?
It's been a very interesting journey. And of course, there has been a lot of sacrifices. There has been, because I'm a mother, so I have a 13-year-old boy.
Oh my God, I'm not believing that.
Yeah. So being a mother, there is a lot of sacrifices that you go through. I've been in the field since past 20 years now, almost.
Wow.
So it's been a roller coaster since the time I got married. Before marriage, I started working as an event planner. And then obviously getting married and then taking your career ahead with a new marriage, with... it's too overwhelming also.
Yeah.
But all through it, if your family is supportive, if your husband is supportive, everything falls in place.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So for me, it has always been, I've been the daughter of the house. It's not the daughter-in-law. There was no in-law kind of a thing in my house. So it was like Chiranjeev was the only child. So I was like the daughter of the house and have been always treated like a princess since the day I've arrived in my house. It was always their support. They are like my parents, and Chiranjeev has always been very open about me working, or he's always given me that free hand, do whatever you like.
I'm sure.
Yeah, just don't be home.
I love that. Just don't be home. Tell me, how did your professional journey started?
So it started with I mean, it was like a kind of an accident kind of a thing to
Okay.
get into. I have always been working since my 10th grade. I started doing tuitions for small kids and all.
Wow.
Because I always wanted to do something different from what people are doing. I was never good at studying, so there was something which needs to be done to enhance your career,
Exactly.
or just to do something different.
Yeah.
So I started with doing window displays and all,
Acha.
and which was a very new thing at that
Yeah.
point of time. And then it somehow happened that we started doing window display. Someone came to me for doing the Saregama. At that time, that was like a very famous thing which was going around. It
Yeah.
was going around different cities. So
Okay.
they used to do the auditions.
Acha.
So they asked me to manage that.
Okay.
And that happened. It was kind of a break which happened. And then I thought, I don't want to do, this is not my kind of a field.
Yeah.
I cannot be
Yeah.
creative in corporate planning and doing
Yeah.
a straight kind of events. So that time, there was nothing called wedding management in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Or per se Gujarat. I think there were the weddings used to happen between families, and then chacha, mama, and all used to take care of it. So there was no professional planning of a wedding, and that's how we just landed up doing one wedding, which was huge in scale. We were using fresh flowers. We were doing things which were different.
Yeah.
And I proposed it to the client. They were like, "Yeah, you can just try," and they were
Yeah.
like family friends also. So we. It was a trial and error, and
Yeah.
it happened. We had got about 3.5 trucks of fresh flowers. This was 20 years back.
Wow.
So just to do the placements, at that time, florists were there, but to help them do the
Incredible.
arrangements, they had no clue about it.
Yeah.
They used to do bouquets earlier. So guiding them through that wedding, and then it's been a journey which has never stopped. And then, you just multiply.
Yeah. But your journey has been like super inspiring yet challenging. So how do you navigate them?
So challenging in terms was that I was with a cousin, working for a cousin for
Yeah.
like about 15 years. We had some financial issues with him because he
Okay.
had borrowed money from elsewhere. And then I used to only handle the creative part. I never got into the finance.
Yeah.
So I never realized that what was going on behind
Yeah.
what was happening. The vendors were not paid and all those kind of things. I mean, to keep it short,
Yeah.
I was very disappointed because I gave 12 years to that company, developed the whole company.
Yeah.
We used to do like about 15-20 weddings a year. It was on the peak. And
sure,
at
yeah.
that point of time, we realized that he has done a big financial mess. And now he was my husband's cousin. So we just decided to, just take a step back. And at that point of time, it was a career choice whether to do further, go ahead with wedding planning or just change. But somehow I just felt that I cannot just move away from my field.
Yeah.
And then that's how Pristine happened. And then, of course, then COVID was also there. So COVID struck, and just after starting Pristine, it was just a year, and it was COVID. But somehow we managed with everything. We also started a gifting division, which worked very nicely in COVID.
You were just talking about what happened with your cousin, right? And it was like सब कुछ वापस से शुरू करना था, right? But
Yeah.
to come to this level, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Someone who has worked for so many years in a field, and suddenly if someone tells you that you have to go back and start all over again, it takes a lot. So I want to ask you, how did that shift come to you, and how did you navigated the entire thing so positively that you didn't stop yourself? I'm sure there must be some sort of voice which told you that, Purva, you can't stop here. So I really want to ask you, how did this happen?
So when we started Pristine, it was a main partner is separating, and
Yeah.
then you are the creative partner.
Absolutely.
And people in this field also perceive that women do it? Will women be able to
Yeah.
execute such a big affair
Yeah.
or something like that? Of course, there were setbacks. There were some clients which followed, but my team also followed me. The whole idea was about my team. I didn't need this a company, or I didn't need to work also at that point of
Absolutely.
time. And Pran was also very young at that time. So it was like, but when my team came in along with me, along with the Pune also.
Yeah.
And that was like, a turning point for me, that I need to do something for these people. It's not only about me, or it's not only about starting something new, but I also they were like, Didi, wherever you go, we will follow you.
Wow.
And whatever you do, we'll do it with you.
To achieve this from a team, it's a
Yeah.
blessing. It's really
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And they were the motivators basically
Yeah.
to, start Pristine. So then it was like and then the projects follow.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients also followed. So that was
Amazing.
the plus point.
You're a mother, you're a wife, and most importantly, you're an entrepreneur. I really want to ask you, choosing an industry like weddings, जहाँ पर हमें नाइट शिफ्ट्स में काम करना होता है, मोस्टली यू आर वर्किंग विद मैन, मोस्टली यू आर डीलिंग विद सच स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन, डू यू थिंक दैट वेडिंग इंडस्ट्री हैज एक्सेप्टेड वुमेन in terms of the leaders?
I totally feel that women can achieve anything, because they are obviously they are managers.
Yeah.
Because we manage the house, we now a lot of women, they are managing offices, they're taking care of their own businesses.
Yeah.
So doing something on your own, and in this field, it is a men oriented field, I wouldn't deny that.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, there are a lot of women who are coming in. There are a lot of young entrepreneurs also,
Yeah.
who have taken up, a lot of young designers also, which are there in the field.
Yeah.
But any field that you see, you need to get a change.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I think it's the support system also that works. So let's put it that way, that you can do it all.
But I'm sure you must have seen so many challenges. So why don't you tell us? I mean, because see, I would really want people to feel after looking at this podcast that, yeah, she's talking real, yeah. I mean, ऐसा सच में होता है, and that's how you thrive. So why don't you tell us?
So Shania, challenges are there everywhere in whatever you do.
Yeah.
When I started with Pristine, it was like one of my very close clients, and they are family friends also. I was doing their son's wedding, and it was all decided that I am only doing it. Probably I was traveling for 15-20 days.
Sure.
The day I got back, I made a call that, let's meet and let's start planning. And surprisingly, when they realized that I've separated from my partner, and I'm no longer with the earlier company,
Yeah.
and it's a new company that they have to work with, and it's a woman who's going to lead it, they suddenly changed, and they were like, no, actually, the girl side want this, and now we won't be able to continue. And I was like totally zapped. Earlier, it was like a big shocker.
Just because you were a woman.
Yeah, just because I was a woman, and they thought a woman can't take up such a big challenge, and she won't be able to cater, and she won't be able to work, and the kind of family that she belongs to, why
Yeah.
does she need it? They were like, I wouldn't be taking it too seriously. And
Absolutely.
it was they're thinking that I won't be taking something which I have started that seriously, because I already have a background.
Yeah.
So
It happened with me as well. When I joined Nitin, I always wanted to do individual weddings, and I used to tell him that, one day I just don't want to work with you. I want to work work
something on my own.
Yeah, on my own. I don't want to just do it, because every time when I step out, I feel that people are just thinking that it's just given to me. I haven't achieved it, but it's just given to me. So I remember I was having this conversation with one of my bride's mother. And because we work very closely with our clients, and
Same
I was talking to her, and I told her that sometimes it makes me feel really, really bad when I see mothers sending their daughters and just telling them, अच्छा अपने सारे सपने छोड़ दो, and then eventually do something for others. So she told me, and which I applied on this thought. So she said, जब भी आप ये सोचकर अपनी नई जिंदगी की शुरुआत करते हो दैट यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर अदर्स, यू विल ऑलवेज एंड अप इन अ सिचुएशन कि
Where
आप
you're not
दूसरों के लिए
happy
करते
and
रहोगे एंड यू आर
you're
नॉट
not
हैप्पी,
happy.
राइट? एंड दैट्स द टाइम I've started applying this on me, that you do whatever, you think whatever, but I will prove myself every time. So I want to ask you then, this is going to be my next question to you rather. How did you prove that to yourself, not to the society, but to yourself?
No, first it started with, proving it to others. And then I realized, why am I doing it? Because it's my first love.
Yeah.
And of course I had to prove it to
Yeah.
people also. I had to prove it to the other client also,
Yeah.
that women can do it all. It's not something that it can't be done.
Yeah.
And then I realized that this is my first love. Why am I doing it for anyone else? It's mine. It's what I have to do it, and it's
Yeah.
what I want to do it for myself. And that's where the perception changes.
Yeah.
Because when it comes on you and doing it for yourself, you put in all the more.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. But building a team in wedding planning is very, very important. ऐसा तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता है कि you are thinking A and the team member is thinking B. So it has to be very, very aligned.
It has to be aligned.
So, and a while ago you were talking about your team members and you were saying that whatever that I have achieved till now, I have achieved it with my team. So that means you give a lot of credits to your team. But when you are building a team, what is that one thing that you look at when you have someone on board?
Whenever Pristine, when we take someone on board,
Yeah.
my only drive is that that person should be passionate of what they want to do, and they should have a vision. What their vision is, what they're thinking they want to be in 2 years or 5 years, where they are seeing themselves, is something which is very important to me.
I'm sure.
And taking ownership of what they want to do.
Yeah.
That is something, if you behave as owners of what you're doing, then your perception changes completely.
Yeah. But how many women you have in your company?
As of now, we have 4 girls,
Okay.
and rest of them are boys.
Okay.
So because for execution and all, I mean, doing late nights and stuff,
Yeah.
boys take it up really well. So
And what is that one work culture that you just cannot live without? I mean, you really want to give this culture to your company, which you might not got.
for my boys, I tell them there's one important thing is to respect women.
Sure.
If there are late nights happening, they make sure the girls reach the hotel, their houses on time, and till they
Yeah.
reach, they take care of it, or they'll be on call. So that is something which, even the guys also respect. And for the girls, I always tell them that look
Yeah.
up and be confident in whatever you do. Because my designers, Pristine our USP is designing.
Yeah.
So for me, it is my designers are girls. All of them are
Oh,
girls.
okay.
So for them, I always tell them that be confident in whatever you design. And if you own your confidence, then you'll be able to, give a design presentation, or you'll be able
Yeah.
to share your vision
Yeah.
with the client.
Since we're talking about wedding planning, तो शुरू से शुरू करते हैं, right? Let's help our clients as well. First of all, अच्छा ठीक है, यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं कि हमें वेडिंग प्लानर की ज़रूरत क्यों होती है? Why do we need wedding planner?
Wedding planner is needed, and in today's time, why it is needed? It is बहुत simple चीज़ है कि इतने options है market में. आपको पता नहीं है कौन right है कौन wrong है.
Yeah.
You want to approach someone from Bombay, you want to approach someone from Delhi, Bangalore, all those places. आप खुद से कर सकते हो, बहुत easy है करना.
Yeah.
पर वो बंदा सही है नहीं है, उसने कैसे डिलीवर किया है अर्लियर या नहीं किया है, आपको कुछ नहीं पता है. एज अ नॉर्मल कस्टमर, इफ आई वुड बी लाइक, मैंने आपको अप्रोच किया, पर मेरे को आपका काम ही नहीं मालूम है. बट अ वेडिंग प्लानर डज ऑल द रिसर्च
Yeah.
for you and will suggest 10 different agencies who are, as a planner, we do that.
Yeah.
We suggest 10 different agencies, and then you pick and choose what fits right
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
So that is a very important factor to get all the options in place. And plus, in today's DNA and age, everything is there on social
Yeah.
media. All agencies are there on social media. They know from their pages कि कैसा काम है,
Yeah.
क्या है. But उनका डिलीवरी लेवल कैसा है वो नहीं पता है किसी को.
Exactly.
9/16 के रेशियो में सारी चीज़ें देख के अगर आप ऐसा समझते हो कि मैं खुद का शादी प्लान कर सकता हूँ, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल.
Yeah.
बिकॉज दिखाना कुछ और होता है और रियलिटी कुछ और होती है.
बिल्कुल.
एंड सोशल मीडिया इज अ फेक platform
Yeah.
where you portray yourself how you want to portray
Ji.
yourself. It's not reality every time.
Yeah. Try fake now, but at least it's a half-cooked meal presented to
Exactly,
you, right?
exactly.
It's not
a full thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I've also realized one thing, especially in season, जब आप बहुत सारी weddings plan कर रहे होते हो, either you get bored of trying on the new things, or it's like a business. I've realized that same thing is happening in every wedding. Is it like if it's working for this client and let's just present it to the other one, पर उससे क्या होता है कि as a photographer or as a different vendor जिसका काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ visual से चलता है, and that's how we realize that why are we not changing our style too often? Is it because we have so many opportunities in the market that we just want to accept business? Do you think there's some part of creativity is missing these days?
शनाया, मेरे लिए ना creativity is the main factor. It's not कि मेरे को कोई रेगुलर शादी करने के लिए देता है like a हल्दी मेहंदी and वो I get bored of it. So I don't want to repeat anything for what I have done for my earlier client. It's a very clear rule. And all my team also knows that Didi is going to come up with something which is going to be out of the box, and इसके लिए इतनी challenge हो जाएगी हमको last moment पे. But that's how I like to work.
Yeah.
We only take up one wedding at one point of time.
Amazing.
And I only do about 5 to 7 projects in a year which are on a bigger scale.
Lovely.
Bigger scale वाले, छोटे वाले तो चलते रहते हैं,
Yeah.
which is like a regular work. But for me, my creativity is the most important factor. Until I don't get a experience in place in a wedding, which is a little different than what I have done earlier, it doesn't make sense for me.
But how do you define that it's a small scale wedding and it's a big scale wedding and I'm going to be a part of this, or my team is going to be a part of this, or या ऐसा होता है कि आप हर एक इवेंट का पार्ट तो होते ही होते हो?
No, for me it is a very clear thing. If I am not involved, I am not doing it.
Okay.
Because मेरे लिए क्या है कि I don't want to work as a event planner. I am a wedding planner who does curations,
Okay.
who gives creativity. So the people whom I understand, I want to work with those kind of people. The vibe should match, the
Yeah.
aura should match, I would
Yeah.
say. Then we understand each other. And for me, it's like, I'm developing a lifetime relation with a family.
Absolutely.
It's not something that aaj shadi ki aur kal ho gaya. I mean, for them, it is obviously like, they are creating a dream for,
Sure.
they've dreamed of doing a wedding. Aajkal, the people are having only 2 children or 3 children.
Yeah.
So it's not like one child. I only have a
Yeah.
single child. For
Yeah.
me, doing my child's wedding would be like the biggest dream.
Yeah.
So for parents or for the person who's getting married also, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So they want to get their dream in place.
Definitely.
And their dream, we have to realize those dreams.
Yeah.
So, you have to be like really creative in that.
Absolutely. But what is that one thing that you look at before even planning a wedding?
When I meet a person, I understand whether I'll be able to gel or not, or whether our vibes
What's
would
your
match.
criteria? Tell us.
It's a very simple criteria that, first I see is if the person is coming to me, are they trusting me?
Okay.
If they're trusting me, then, things fall in place.
Absolutely.
Because they would realize what your vision is. They would realize what you want to give them.
Yeah.
और वो एक बहुत सिंपल चीज़ है, वाइब मैच हो गया, सब मैच हो जाएगा.
Absolutely. I think vibe is something very, very important because आप बहुत क्लोजली काम करते हो, बहुत सारी चीजों में डिसीजन मेकिंग होती है.
You're navigating with the entire family,
Yeah.
and the entire family is involved.
Yeah.
And generations are involved,
Exactly,
basically. So you need to understand each and every one and where everyone is coming from.
Yeah.
Like it's not only dealing with the bride and groom, it's dealing with the parents also,
Yeah.
it's dealing with the grandparents also, it's dealing with the bua also, or mama also, or
yeah.
someone, whoever's involved in the planning
Yeah.
of the wedding. And generally with bigger families, a lot of people are involved.
बिल्कुल. But कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि you made a wrong decision on choosing a client and you have regretted it?
It happens, but for me it's very less.
Okay.
I wouldn't refuse anyone midway because you
Okay.
don't want to leave them hanging.
Of
But you
course.
try and keep your calm and try and explain them
Yeah.
things. And when you try and explain them, they try. I mean, clients understand. Of course, there are some stubborn ones. If they don't want to understand, you go their way and you tell them it's your decision.
Yeah. But do you think to avoid these situations, it's really, really important to say no also sometimes?
I think saying no is very important in our field, but why you are saying no and why you need to explain them. And that's how, if you अपने अगर उनको सिचुएशन एक्सप्लेन करेंगे तो लोग समझ भी जाएंगे.
Okay.
हमारे यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि लास्ट मोमेंट पे बहुत सारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स आती है एंड फिर उनको रियलाइज होता है कि नहीं, पहले तो मैंने बोला ही था आपको ये करना चाहिए, बट देन दे रियलाइज इट लास्ट मोमेंट कि नहीं, अभी ये करके दो.
Yeah.
If that is a possibility, of course you don't deny it.
Yeah.
But if it is not a possibility, you explain them in a very subtle manner. If the person is level-headed, they understand, because then they are working with you since 6-8 months, so they
Yeah.
understand your psyche also,
Yeah.
and they understand कि नहीं ये नहीं होगा तो रहने देते.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were saying that they're with you for 6 to 8 months, right? So usi ki continuation mein I have this question. How soon a couple should, hire a wedding planner?
See, the best is to hire a planner which is about 8 to 9 months of the wedding.
8 to 9 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you can, understand each other very well. What challenges the bride and the
Yeah.
groom are having, what challenges the family are having. Because
Yeah.
planning a wedding is not easy. Because,
Of course.
So, the earlier, the better. If
Yeah.
the planner is involved from the starting, they know what you have been talking to the hotel, what you have been talking to the vendors. Because there are people who have their own vendors also.
Yeah.
So to have that rapport with the vendor, the planner also needs to have that rapport.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm working with someone for the first time, then I should also know the vendor. So it becomes easier for the client basically.
But I'm sure, Purva, ऐसा तो होता होगा ना, that sometimes couples are very happy with you, but suddenly midway में there is a weird request coming from the parents or some of the relatives, because let's say घर का एक बेटा है, getting married for the first time and hopefully for the last time. So कभी तो ऐसे disagreements होते होंगे where you feel that I never signed up for this. So how do you deal with those situations?
Disagreements, because it's generational. So,
Absolutely.
it is always supposed to happen.
Yeah.
और होता ही है. And then you have to explain the father, then you have to explain the kids, and then you explain the
Yeah.
whoever the family member is. So of course there are disagreements and huge disagreements
Yeah.
that you have to deal with. But when you sign up, you're dealing with a big family. There are going to be disagreements. तो उनको explain करना पड़ता है. But कई बार बहुत झगड़े भी होते हैं. But then you have to deal with it and you have to navigate through it. And उनको explain करना पड़ता है. फिर वो 1-2 दिन नहीं realize करते. Then you just tell them to just take a ease. And then you again try to navigate through that topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. तो वो तो हर शादी में होता है. कोई ना कोई झगड़ा होता है, कोई ना कोई पंगा होता है, किसको importance नहीं दिया, इसको दिया. वो सब तो होता रहता है. So that is always a part.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसी चीज़ें आई एम जस्ट अज्यूमिंग कि डिसएग्रीमेंट्स मोस्टली होते हैं बिकॉज वी आर लिविंग इन अ वेरी पिंट्रेस्टी वर्ल्ड, राइट? हम हर चीज़ पिंट्रेस्ट पे देखते हैं एंड वी वांट अ रेप्लिका ऑफ इट. एंड आई नो फॉर अ फैक्ट बिकॉज एज अ फोटोग्राफर ऑल्सो when couples show us few pictures जो कि शूट हुई है फ्लोरेंस में and then you are expecting it to be done at a banquet or a hotel, which is just not possible.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to ask you, like, how do you tell them subtly that this is possible and this is not possible, and how can they even stay at level with their budget that they have assigned for you?
It's very difficult at times because nowadays everything is Instagrammable. It's all about Pinterest and Instagram, and they feel that they can do a wedding from Pinterest.
Yeah.
And it is easy to do it because वो photographs दिखाते हैं, उनको लगता है वही सेम चीज़ कर दो और हो जाएगा. ऐसे होता नहीं है. It is not possible because there are certain things which are possible in India. There are certain things abroad wherein you have the,
Yeah.
you have the background, you have the
Yeah.
whole gist of the
Absolutely.
picture which they are coming
Yeah.
up with. But of course, you have to explain them. Certain things we try and accommodate, but whatever's not possible, वो तो ना बोलना ही पड़ेगा. Otherwise, and वो कई there are bride and groom who are like literally stubborn
Yeah.
that we want this and this is how it should happen. Then you tell them the cost, and then you tell them that this is not possible in what the
Absolutely.
cost you have given me.
Yeah.
Or either you increase the budget or you let go of it.
But what is that, biggest mistake couples usually commits when they're planning a wedding? I mean,
No,
especially towards the budgeting.
So I think they don't factor in the miscellaneous cost.
Like,
Like I would say, if they want like Badshah to come in, but with Badshah the entourage comes in.
Of
So there is a lot of travel which is involved. There is a lot of he has an entire requirement of food which he has,
Yeah.
which he
You need
requires.
business class
Class, suite, all those things they don't factor in. They just see on on probably on Instagram or probably on
Yeah.
Pinterest or any other social media platform, and they will be like, we want to call this. That call this a person has an X cost which goes with it, which has a lot of extra cost. It's not his cost, there's a lot of extra cost
Yeah.
to anything, any artist that you call.
Absolutely.
With that decor also, if you like something, there is a lot of extra cost which goes. And they are like, इतने ही तो flowers है, इतने flowers नहीं होते. वो flower, वो इतना bunch बनाने में भी, there is so much of an effort which goes behind.
Absolutely.
If you don't understand that, don't ask for it. But people don't realize that.
Since we were talking about Badshah, I want to ask you कि आप कितना align करते हैं for having a celebrity in your wedding?
Of course, having a celebrity in the wedding adds that X factor.
Sure.
Like, these days, a lot of actors and all, they come, they perform,
Yeah.
they interact with the guest. So it makes it special, obviously.
Is it a part of their package?
It's not a part. They would sometimes come and perform, sometimes come and do the interaction. But then it depends on what relations you are having, how you're booking them. It's always about that. The relationship always matters.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, when you're calling in a celebrity, there is a amount of tantrums also which you're
Dealing with.
Yeah,
sure.
And those dealings, there are certain actors who are very subtle to deal with. They understand, they are thorough professionals. They'll come, they'll be a part of the wedding like a family, or they'll do their performance in the right way. They don't have a lot of entourage to handle with.
Yeah.
So it's different with all the celebrities that you work.
Absolutely.
At times it gets difficult for us because the kind of demands that they have these days, it's humongous, it's huge, and the cost is also huge.
Absolutely.
Like a wedding which used to happen for say probably 10 lakhs, that would cost you right now at 30 lakhs. That's how the costs have increased.
Yeah, inflammation has
It's
also changed so much. I mean, I
Yeah.
still remember.
And the manpower has become very
Yeah.
expensive.
Like when I got married 10 years ago, I felt that the amount of money people are spending these days, I haven't even spent like few percent of it.
Exactly.
Right? So, and my wedding was a lavish wedding. I mean, my mom or Nitin's parents must have done everything to give us what they could have, right? But the things have changed so much. Now I feel that people are spending that much money only on entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you can just break down an average wedding, I mean, चलो हम मानते हैं कि 10 करोड़ की अगर एक शादी कोई कर रहा है, तो how much and where the person should spend on?
There are 3 important factors to a wedding, I would
Sure.
say. Your artist, your food, and your decor.
All
Because
right.
if you don't have the ambience, you're not going to like
Yeah,
anything
of
else.
course.
Like the moment you enter, the person should feel a wow.
Yeah.
And then their taste buds or their senses should be open.
Yeah.
And of course, then the alcohol is also drive. It's an important factor. But if the artist is not good, if you're not entertained well, everything is a loss.
Yeah.
Everything has its own importance. So when you're allocating your budget, that is something which you should keep into consideration, that whatever you do, it has to be equally distributed. You cannot just focus on one thing. Only cannot be focused on the food, only cannot be focused on the decor, or only cannot be. These are the three key important factors of doing a good wedding.
Do you think because of the budgets, people are actually doing destination weddings because they don't have to really invite so many people? They can always cut down on the guest list and everything. Is this the reason, or people are genuinely exploring India?
So I would say, see, exploring India or exploring the world with weddings is also something what people are looking at.
Sure.
And to give an experience. Like every new place, like whenever you do a wedding in Jaipur, if you do a wedding at the fort, like the Jaigarh Fort, it creates a magnificence. It's like altogether a different experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like doing something in the City Palace also in Jaipur is something which you're giving an experience to the guest.
Sure.
So it's not only about, and plus it's intimate, I would say, because in terms that there are lesser number of people, you are more, it's just the boy side and the girl side of family where there are 200 or 300 or 500 people in the wedding. Maximum in a destination wedding, there are 500 people. But it's the close-knit family where you want to know each and every guest. You can attend all of them is what the main factor is for a destination wedding, I would say. So it keeps it more close-knit. The moment you have 5,000 people, the bride and groom is lost, the family is lost, the guests are lost.
Yeah. An expert like you, if you can tell us that एक intimate wedding में actual में कितने लोग होने चाहिए?
For me, a right size of wedding would be about, best is 300 people.
300 people.
Yeah, it's just right and perfect. I think the bride and groom can call their friends also. The family can also have their friends and family, the close-knit family. So it is a right size of wedding, which is about 300, 350 people, which is perfect, good. You're not seeing too many people around. Your decor is also clear. And your artist is also...
Yeah.
And there are less people to judge, I would say.
Absolutely.
Because wedding is about gossip.
Yeah. But I feel that जब भी हम अपने couple से कभी बात करते हैं, that they always say this, that हमारी guest list इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है, that we don't have rooms in the property. So आपको लगता है कि जो especially इंडिया की बात करते हैं, इंडिया में hotels 300 लोगों की wedding host करने के लिए ready हैं?
Of course, after...
or if you can name couple of properties you think that they are amazing with their hospitality.
Taj, for that matter, Taj is also very good with their hospitality. There are so many properties which are coming up. Then there is Leela Jaipur. Of course, there are properties on the lake in Udaipur. Of course, there are
Raffles.
Raffles is there. Then there is Uday Vilas, which is there, which is beautiful. Of course, there are challenges with the venue in Udaipur also or in Jaipur also. But I'm very sure that, there are Jodhpur, like Umaid Bhawan is so magnificent for a wedding. Like the backdrop itself, you don't need to do much.
If someone wants to lock this property, जो definitely 300 लोगों को host नहीं कर सकती, do you like the idea of moving few of the guests to a different property or nearby property and few of the guests are staying in the main property? Do you think it creates some sort of conflict within the family?
It happens at times, but then people also understand that, these heritage hotels and all those places have limited rooms. So first choice is obviously to the family and the close people. And then the guests are to be placed. So nowadays, I think with the kind of weddings which are happening, people do understand. But of course, there are people who have problems also. You cannot make everyone happy because when you're dealing with a bigger crowd, no one is going to be fully satisfied.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So... of course, there are disappointments, but then you have to deal with it.
But in a situation like this, I'm not sure, how do you work? Giving rooms to vendors, it's very, very important within the property. Like couple of vendors, they have to be a part of the property, right? But if the situation like this arises, what is your decision making lies in?
Pristine is concerned, at times we have that challenge. We have a lot of challenge like that. But I think the vendors also understand that, if the property is smaller, there are not going to be enough rooms. And thankfully, the vendors that we work with, they do understand and they try and accommodate.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but there are some vendors who actually require, and it is a requirement. Then we tell the client also
Yeah.
that this is a requirement and this will be required, and we have to put our foot down.
But can you actually name couple of vendors जो आपके हिसाब से with your expertise you feel that I think giving them room in the hotel, the main hotel where the wedding is happening, is non-negotiable?
Of course, with the makeup artist or the photographer or the decor people, because we are doing
Absolutely.
back-to-back events.
Yeah.
So all these people, they require room in the hotel because they also need to look at their comfort level. Then only they'll be able to deliver.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, if I am as a wedding planner, I am not comfortable, how will I be able to deliver a good show? And in a destination wedding where you're working 24/7, it's
Yeah.
not like if I'm doing a local wedding, I have a leeway. The wedding is happening in the evening. The Sangeet is happening in one day evening.
Yeah.
Mehndi is happening one day evening.
Yeah.
There is a whole day where you are getting throughout. But in
Yeah.
a destination wedding, if you don't entertain the clients from breakfast till a late night
Yeah.
after party, people are not, it is not considered to be a good wedding.
Exactly.
And if my vendors or I am working 24 hours, we would require the room in the property. There is no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Few minutes back, I was, talking about if you can name couple of properties, people should consider going and doing their weddings. After Mission Sindoor, आपको लगता है कि people have started seeing India as their wedding destination, and they're definitely not looking at places like Uzbekistan or Baku or Turkey? Are they actually neglecting those places and finally looking at India as their wedding destination?
Our Prime Minister obviously said that we should promote India.
Wed in India.
Wed in India. Of course, everyone, as planners also, we respect that.
Sure.
And our Indian weddings, our culture has to be in our country. It is
Yeah.
for sure. Of course, there are a lot of infrastructure challenges that we are facing right now.
Yeah.
And over the years, it has been improving. I'm sure it will improve all the more. We should look at Indian destination, and there are plenty of them. Of course, Rajasthan is the royal Rajasthan. No one can change it.
Yeah.
But there are good properties in Goa also. There are good properties down south also now that, where the weddings can happen. I was really keen of doing weddings in Kashmir, and there are a
Okay.
lot of good properties also
Yeah.
which I have heard which are coming up in Kashmir,
Yeah.
and I'm sure in a year or two we will be getting back to Kashmir also.
Absolutely.
So there will be a lot of good weddings happening in Kashmir. It will emerge as one of the best destinations, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have it's a gem basically,
Yeah.
and we should promote our gem as a wedding destination.
Absolutely. And I really, really hope that people should explore more from India, and we respect our Prime Minister more, through these lines, because
Of course,
अगर
Made in
हम-
India was something which
Exactly. It was such a huge success given to our economy. And I think it's time that we built in to our economy rather than giving business to other countries.
economies. Yes,
Yeah.
of course, I totally agree with that.
When you plan any wedding in India, what is that most difficult thing that you face in terms of contract, in terms of licensing, in terms of permissions, all those things where you feel that, these things get really too much when you're planning a wedding in India?
So I always feel, Shania, that if your SOPs are clear, if you're clear about the destination, getting the licenses done, of course, there's government procedure, which is very difficult at times with, procuring the licenses, the liquor licenses and all
Yeah.
those things. Those are like really hard to manage.
achieve,
And
yeah.
plus getting a certain kind of brands, because the kind of clients we deal with, they need certain brands of
Yeah.
alcohol. So all those things gets difficult, but of course over the years it is easing, it is getting streamlined. I think our industry also is getting a lot streamlined because things are open, things are settling down.
Yeah.
But for me, a difficult destination is, I would say, like logistically, if things are smooth, hospitality is smooth, everything falls in place.
Absolutely. Few days back, I was checking one of the WhatsApp group where a lot of wedding vendors are there. and they were doing a debate on that how hard it is to do a wedding in India in terms of now hotels are asking for music license. Has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, there are music licenses that you have to procure. There is a lot of debate which is going on whether it is required or it is not required.
Yeah.
But if you go to a hotel in Ahmedabad, we don't procure all these licenses
Yeah.
when we are doing doing weddings in our local party plots and stuff. But when we go to a hotel, they will make sure, I don't know what is the understanding
Procedure,
between
yeah.
the hotel and the these license guys. They will make sure that you pay a certain amount to these people and procure all the licenses, which technically in terms is still a debate whether it is required or not required.
Okay. But what do you think about this? I mean, living in a place, ऊपर से, wedding is happening. And music is a very key
It's a very key
part,
factor, yeah.
Right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it
you
is.
just cannot avoid it. You can't even neglect it. You can't even do anything without the music, because I feel that शादी होती
हाँ, वो
music
तो
के लिए
music के लिए
है. I mean, this is not the right way to put it, but that's
Yeah.
how it is, right? Do you think that all those licensing, all those things are required? The reason why I'm asking you, because before you, we had a podcast with ITDC's MD, and we were talking about, how important it is to have, basic contracts in place. I mean, not getting too much into detailing, and it just harms the entire, value system that we want to create with the wedding industry. So you really think that the contracts and the licensing, all those things are really hard to achieve in India?
Contracting is not that difficult with
Sure.
the hotels if you know your key points, if you know how to navigate through it. Of course, there are difficulties in terms of execution because with the hotels, the sales team does the selling, and then the execution team, and then the other team's banqueting team comes into process.
Yeah.
But they should just understand that when you're doing big setups, you require time frame.
Absolutely.
And the kind of setups that we create, we require 2 days in hand to create that thing.
Absolutely.
So, for that, they should have an understanding which becomes a little easier. For the matter of licensing, they can make it very simple that you pay a certain amount. People don't mind paying. They
Yeah.
only mind if things are complicated.
Oh.
And our system is complicated, because there is a different IPRS, PPS, PPL, or whatever
Yeah.
it is called, and then there is a separate liquor license that you pay, and then there are separate other issues that you have to deal with,
Yeah.
like with the permissions of the timings, and all those things are also a big play.
Yeah.
Like you have to shut down a wedding at 10 in the wedding doesn't start at 10.
Exactly.
So, in those kind of things, there should be flexibility, which should be
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
And I would urge the government to do that, because Indian weddings are all about celebrations. If you shut down at 10 o'clock, people are not able to enjoy.
Exactly.
And there is anyways a limited time frame that, you start from November until March, only you have outdoor kind of
Exactly.
weather to enjoy.
Yeah.
And if we tell people to shut down at 10, it's not fun.
Absolutely. So this was my next question to you, actually. When you're doing a destination wedding, bridal entry happens at 9 o'clock, right? Everything starts at 9:30 or 10, and then जो performances का time होता, I have seen personally, because of the time goes haywire, people are actually just dancing for the sake of it, because at least it gets recorded, right? Not for the ambience, not for the people, not for the moment. So all those things are really gets annoying at times. But then I've seen someone going and saying, "Mera raat chalta hai, I'm gonna go and take the permission," and all of those things. That means it's possible to do so. While we do weddings in Thailand or any destination which is not India, I have not seen any problems like these.
No, it's not so. It's
Yeah?
abroad also there
Yeah,
are
if you
time
can
limits.
just tell me, yeah.
Abroad also there are time
Yeah.
limits. There are time limits in UAE also.
Sure.
There are time. Of course, Thailand, it's a different story.
Yeah.
And it depends on which property location you are taking. So in India also, if you're taking a secluded property, you can party all night. But then you have to keep that thing in mind,
Yeah,
that you know how you want to plan your events.
absolutely.
So when you said why 6-8 months or 9 months or
Yeah.
10 months in advance,
Yeah.
because if you're hiring the right wedding planner, they will guide you through that.
Absolutely.
You know, this is how you should plan your event, that you do a sundowner so you can finish at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
If you start the sundowner by like 5 o'clock, you can easily finish by 10.
course.
And then the after party can go inside the banquet,
Yeah.
10 or 11 maximum. Till
Yeah.
11 everyone permits, so it's
yeah.
okay, I would say. But yeah, of course, then the planning has to be done accordingly.
Exactly.
But you cannot expect like 9 बजे आप bridal entry कर रहे हो और 11 बजे अगर आपको shut down करना है, everything is squeezed in. And everything is, like you said, it's done for the sake of doing it.
Exactly.
And with all, when you're doing a destination wedding, everyone doesn't have that kind of connections where they can, you know, extend the time limit.
But do you think that are we like fitting too much into our itinerary in 2 days? That उसके दिन पे हम मायरा भी कर लेते हैं, we'll do bhat also and we'll do haldi also. All these rituals are very important, and then the same day we'll do after party as well. Next day also we'll get up late and we won't start something. You feel that it has a lot to do. Of course, you rightly said planning is very, very important, but fixing and being on the timeline decided, it's very, very important. And a planner, a photographer, or anyone can't do anything about this, right? So who is responsible for the itineraries?
So, you know, when we sit with the client, we plan everything. But in our mind, we know everything is going to be delayed by an hour.
Yeah.
So we keep those time frames into consideration while planning everything.
Yeah.
And when we talk to the client also, we tell them very clearly that when we are going for a destination wedding, people are at leisure. They are coming
yeah.
for a holiday.
Absolutely.
Your guests are on holiday.
Yeah.
You are on a certain time limit. You follow the timeline. And rest, everything will go with the flow.
Absolutely.
If you don't go with the flow, you get upset about it, that, you know, now things are not happening, this is not, you're not going to enjoy your function. You're not going to be happy about it.
Exactly.
So you plan everything, but make a plan wherein you're giving rest for 2 hours to the to the guest.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're drinking, you're partying, you need that rest. Otherwise, you're not fresh. Otherwise, you don't want to enjoy.
Yeah, you're agitated. You don't want to do
Exactly.
certain
You're
things which
cranky.
you're planned for.
As a bride and as a groom also, you're cranky.
Yeah.
But you want to enjoy your wedding. So just
Absolutely.
go with the flow.
Yeah.
And enjoy the moment. The moment you start doing that, everything falls in place.
Absolutely. But talking about the parties, कुछ सालों से we have seen the culture of doing after parties. And we have seen it in different levels, right?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen it going to, I don't want to name certain things, but we have seen it very different after parties.
Yes.
Do you plan differently when it comes to after parties, or you just, let it flow however it wants to?
I mean, with the after parties, of course, the entertainment is planned. Rest,
Absolutely.
nothing is planned. Then you have to go. You have to go with the flow. You have to see the people, let them enjoy.
Sure.
It's like, you know, with all the youngsters and all the elders also.
Yeah.
It's not just about the youngsters anymore.
Absolutely.
It's for the bride and groom. It's for the parents also, their friends also. Everyone enjoys together.
Yeah.
And you let the night flow.
That's really wonderful to know that, it's like they're here for party and let them party. It's a very right way to take this up. Another thing that I want to ask, that what is that one thing a couple should never compromise on, चाहे वो कितना भी expensive हो, चाहे वो कुछ भी हो, but इस चीज पर they should never compromise on?
One thing I feel is the photography bit, because
I love you already.
because it's the memory is going to stay with them for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So the right kind of photographer is a very important choice, and to have them cover each and everything is also what the couple also needs to guide, and as a planner we also need to guide them, because we don't want any moments to be missed,
Absolutely.
because this is the only thing which is going to stay with them forever.
Yeah.
Rest, everything will happen and it will be gone. It will be whoosh. those 2 days, they don't even realize how it is gone. Or those 5 days also, if there is a wedding which we are doing for 5 days, people don't remember.
Absolutely.
पर वो memory देखेंगे तब याद आएगा कि we did this also, we did that also.
Yeah.
And each and everything has to be covered. Don't be shy to cover the after party also, I would say.
Exactly. So इसी बात पे can we be friends for forever?
Of course.
since you agree on that we are important.
Of course, it is very important. It's a very, very important role.
But thank you, and I think photographers are the only one जो सबके काम को visually memory के रूप में आपको देते हैं.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to stay with the client for forever. And thank you once again for saying this. This particular question is very, very important for me. I feel that जितने भी Instagram के trends हैं, जितना भी ये weddings को लेकर हम इतना chaos create कर रहे हैं, I feel somehow ना ये एक middle class family के लिए थोड़ा सा ये एक burden हो गया है that they also have to show up, they also have to spend so much amount. Do you think that trends are literally failing the society?
Of course, totally. Because, these days youngsters only look at the Instagram and then they want something similar to be planned for them. And then they don't realize that whether the father or the mother can afford this kind of a wedding or how they can put all together. And,
Absolutely.
And people stretch to another level of extent to, make their children happy. But I think as youngsters, they should, as the Gen Z or what we say, they should realize that trends are only trends. They only remain with you for a certain point of time. They are not going to define your life.
Absolutely.
So you should always respect what is given to you and then plan your things.
Bilkul.
So it's a very important factor for the young generation to realize that they come from a certain background. They should respect their parents because there is a lot of effort, there is a lot of money which is gone behind raising them.
Yeah.
And to do a wedding of a certain scale, what you have imagined, which you don't know what is it going to cost also.
Exactly.
You shouldn't just blindly follow the trend.
Yeah.
Be the trend, no, rather.
Exactly. I think simplicity कभी fail नहीं होती है.
कभी नहीं
trend
होती.
से बाहर ही नहीं जाती है.
I would love to do intimate weddings, smaller scale weddings where there are less people, but there are moments for them to cherish through life.
Yeah.
That is something which is very important.
Bilkul.
Rather than just showing off to the society or rather than putting up on Instagram or different kind of pages that, I did this and how grandeur it was.
Yeah.
That is not important. The important thing is that you enjoyed your wedding, you had a good wedding, you looked good on your wedding day.
Yeah.
That those all things are a very important factor for the youngsters to look at
Bilkul.
rather than following the trends
Yeah.
blindly.
But what is that one trend you hate so much? Spill the bean.
I hate trends. There is nothing that you have to follow. Be the trend, no? Rather than, just, following something, someone has done this, some celebrity has done this, so I want to do it. I want to follow that Kiara did her gungat this way, so I want to do it this way. It doesn't work. You do what is original or what is going to look good on you.
Yeah.
You cannot be Kiara Advani or you cannot be Katrina Kaif.
Exactly.
You have to understand that.
But have you ever copied someone's work because you've been told to, because your client really wanted exactly the same thing they are showing you?
At times, if you have to, you do it. I would never prefer doing it, or rather, I will try and avoid, or we'll give it a twist to a different kind.
Okay.
And I will make it very clear to the client that I'm not going to cut, copy, paste anything. It is going to have a twist. Of course, there are some designers who's done a very good job, and then you twist, you add your angle, and then you do it accordingly.
Yeah.
But I will never cut, copy, paste. I don't like that.
So you take inspiration, not the copy.
Exactly. You shouldn't do it also.
Amazing. While back, I was having a conversation with you and you were talking about mental health a lot, right? It's very rare, especially in the wedding sector, someone talking about mental health. Why do you think mental health for anyone, especially in this sector, is very, very important to keep their sanity, keep their health also aligned?
mental health is important everywhere.
Yeah.
And with us as planners, we plan something which we have envisioned like 6-8 months back,
Yeah.
and then it is coming to life just for one day.
Yeah.
You are not an interior or an architect who can break a wall, change things, and then present it to the client. We won't be able to do that ever. You're creating something which is just for a day.
Yeah.
And that one day, if things don't fall right, if the day is not right, if it doesn't happen that way, you should take it in a very, I would say, like, of course, it is very stressful. It is not that easy to,
Yeah.
accept that thing. But there should be a plan B, which always has to be in place in your mind.
Yeah.
You cannot just rely on plan A. There has to be a plan B, plan C also at times.
Yeah.
But to keep your sanity in place, you have to consider that if you have to mold certain things on site, you have to mold it.
Absolutely.
You cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
And you have to be prepared for it also. If you don't prepare for it, you're going to lose it completely. And that's where the mental health comes in place.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of it, if you don't have your sanity in place, you're going to lose it because you have envisioned something and then it is coming all crashing down.
Yeah.
You lose it. It has happened. It has happened to us all the time. I mean, the last wedding that I had done in Udaipur,
Yeah.
it was like Disha Patni couldn't take the flight, which she was supposed to. She met with an accident.
Oh my God.
Her car met with an accident. And then, of course, we had booked one more flight. She could take that. That happened. After that, B-Prague was supposed, the band is already on the stage. B-Prague had left from the hotel. The driver took a wrong turn.
Oh no.
And he was delayed by like 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah. And we had to, we didn't know what to do. At that point of time, 10 minutes, even I got blank. What should I do? I don't understand now. How do I plan things? Then we changed, we got the family performance done. You have to change the
Yeah.
schedule, but you have to be prepared. Otherwise, of course, I also lost it for 10 minutes, but then we quickly realized that we need to get something
Yeah.
else on the
Plan
stage
B.
to,
Yeah.
and then we had to get the band back,
Yeah.
and then we did the family performance.
Wow.
But things happen, shit happens. You have to deal with it.
Wow. But how do you take care of your mental health? Why don't you give us some tips? Because what happened to you in Udaipur, it's unbelievable. Because first, it was celebrity that you were dealing with. Secondly, performances. Third, dealing with the family. You're very, very excited to see the celebrities and seeing everything being aligned the way you have planned. I'm sure I'm sure I can't even imagine the way the entire situation's been. But tell us, what are the tips and tricks that you follow to keep your sanity always on?
So, one thing is something which I would always tell, never lie to your client.
I love that.
So, when you are telling the truth that, this has happened and this is how the drivers got stuck and this has happened and we are going to be delayed, we have to accept the situation.
Yeah.
Then the clients also understand that you're not lying.
Yeah.
You're not fooling around with them. The moment you stop fooling around, the moment you tell them that this is the reality and this is how you have to deal with it, they will understand. They will, in fact, make you calmer. They'll be like, yes, let's do something. Let's get on something. Let's do something else. They will also come up with ideas.
Yeah.
So, as a team, because when you're planning a wedding, you become one team.
Yeah.
With the clients also, they are your team. So they will also help you out and then you come out of a situation.
Yeah. And imagine, because of your honesty, the entire wedding was literally the talk of the town. And I think सबसे ज़्यादा इस wedding के बारे में बात हुई है, and the kind of work that you have done. Why don't you tell more about that wedding, what all that you have done and how did you come up with so many solutions like these?
So this, the Udaipur wedding just recently we've done and this was planned in a month's time.
Wow. Month's time.
Only 1 month. And I just get a call from uncle and he's like, we have to do this wedding. Let's get on to the hotels first. Let's sort out the hotels and then let's start planning.
Sure.
we don't want to do a big wedding. If you want to do a smaller wedding, there are only going to be 200 people. Then come 15 days, the people increase to 400 then. And then, of course, with bigger families, it's always going to be like, then it changes. The dynamics change. The number of people change. Then we said we should do this also. We should add this celebrity also. We should add this also. And we keep on adding. And it was a fun process, quick decisions, quick things. And the most important factor is the trust factor, which I told you. They trust us completely and they gave us a free hand to do things with the decor, with anything that we suggested was approved instantly.
Absolutely.
Challenges are also there because if you're introducing something new to the clients, you have to give a justification.
Bilkul.
Like with the caterer also, we had a challenge that we had finalized with someone else and then we changed to someone else. And then uncle was like, why did we change? I said, because I felt the other person more confident. And then it was like a whole explanation that I had to give. And things worked out. And
wow.
And in fact, he told me that it was the best decision.
But I would love to see more from that wedding for sure, because I've heard so much about this wedding. And but how you've handled the entire situation is commendable. And the solution that you gave, always be honest. I mean, it sounds very simple, but it's the most difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is very difficult. But that is where we lack as planners also at times. If you be upfront, if you be honest about what the situation is, people do understand.
Absolutely.
Of course, you have to face a little bit of backlash.
Yeah.
You have, it is their function, it's their main day. They would be also upset. But they also realize that, if my planner is saying something, they're genuine people.
Absolutely.
And if you're genuine, they would understand that.
Love that. But when you do weddings like these, क्या आप local vendors को business देते हो? Or what is the mindset behind giving them some business?
It is very important to give business to local people क्योंकि अपने काम करते हैं इंडिया में ही करते हैं, so we are vocal about local.
Sure.
So that is also a very important factor. तो सारी जगह पे हम लोग local agencies wherever it is required. Of course there are certain agencies which we want ours, पर local को भी काम देना पड़ता है.
Okay.
तो there are a lot of local agencies, हर जगह पे होती है. ऐसा नहीं है you get the ढोल वालास, you get the like the basic decor people. तो वो हमेशा local ही रहते हैं. वो better रहता है.
Sorry, but can we say like 10% of your wedding vendors when you're doing a destination wedding comes from local?
Not 10%, I would say 25%.
25%.
Yeah.
That's amazing. If you're giving this much business to locals, it's really commendable.
It is a very important factor. That is what I feel. And it makes things easier also. And plus the transport cost and everything is saved also for the client.
Okay. Another thing, these days a lot of people are tying up, especially wedding planners, they're tying up with few of the NGOs or few of the communities, जैसे कि flower wastage होता है, so they call those people who can pick up the flowers immediately, so waste ना हो, खाना waste ना हो. क्या आप भी at Pristine, do you also believe in sustainability? Do you also believe in giving back to the community in some manner?
We totally believe in that. Everyone would believe, I would say, in today's world. At Pristine, we will try and minimize the waste of flowers which happens. We try and minimize. We try and give the food also. If you're doing local weddings, we tie up with an NGO who takes back the food, which is of the good quality. We cannot compromise on because these food is also made beforehand. So you have to see the lifeline also of the food, and we will. Make sure that the agency properly checks everything and then they take it back. And in terms of sustainability, of course, a lot of people are going towards sustainable weddings. We also do. There is a use of a lot of artificial flowers also, which are of the very good quality, which you never even realize, that it's artificial. Yeah. But we try and use that also. So that there is less use of real flowers.
Okay.
So we do try and do our tits and bits, but not, on a bigger scale, you cannot do much.
Absolutely. And sometimes you're scared also whether the food that I'm giving,
Exactly.
it's of a good quality,
or because it's
not.
made so much before that you
Exactly.
don't want to be
Yeah.
giving food to people and then they are getting food poisoning.
Absolutely. One last question on your way, though I don't feel like leaving you because the entire conversation has been so interesting and I've learned so much. Imagine I've hosted couple of wedding planners, but every time I do a podcast with a wedding planner, I get to learn new things. I get to, experience new things through them. So thank you so much. But before you leave, I really want to ask you, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind?
I would like to leave a legacy of a planner who was very straight and clear in ideas and clear in terms of execution of what was shown is done,
Wow.
is something which I would like to leave behind.
One very important ethical planner right in front of me is sitting here. But thank you so much, Purva, for telling us so many things. I mean, कभी-कभी लगता है कि कितना मुश्किल काम है ये, but the way you were talking, it felt like it's just a cakewalk. I mean, you can do it if your intentions are right. So thank you once again for...
Thank you so much, Shania, for having me over and having this conversation. I am generally a very shy person. I don't land up talking so much, but somehow, I don't know, vibes match. And
See, vibes match. See, I think आपका और मेरे में सिर्फ एक चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा जो कॉमन मुझे अभी तक लगी वो थी कि हम दोनों ही वाइब्स देख के कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं एंड वाइब तेरी मेरी मिलती या सो बिफोर यू लीव आई हैव अ लिटिल समथिंग फॉर यू बिकॉज यू हैव गिवन मी सो मच because we both believe in ethical practices. So फूल जो कि जितने भी फ्लावर्स यूज़ होते हैं वेस्ट फ्लावर्स से उसको एक बहुत ही सेक्रेट चीज़ में टर्न करता है एंड दैट इज़ अगरबत्तीज और एनी थिंग विच इज़ यूज इन योर टेम्पल राइट एंड आई थॉट दैट इट विल बी बेटर कि अगर हम उनके साथ कोलैबोरेट करें सो वी कैन ऑलवेज say our message loudly to our industry that see if we can create something beautiful from a waste. So imagine what all can be done from the waste. So
that will be wonderful.
This is for
and
you.
I will definitely work with them.
Sure.
And will collaborate for my next wedding.
Amazing. Thank you
so
much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. It's a backup.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Wed FM and Shania, for having me. And I feel these kind of conversations are important for our clients also to know about the industry, and for the industry also to have an idea about what is going on, how things can be done. Like today I learned about Fool, which is a very important factor. I think I'll be using it for my next wedding. And Shania is doing a beautiful job by giving back to the society and talking about sustainability and a lot of other good things. So it was a very insightful conversation and I really enjoyed and had fun with her.